So unless you've been living under a rock for the last month or so, you will be well aware that AI is the #1 topic of conversation around the dinner table, at the water cooler. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone wants to get involved with it. And the reason for that is because it's changing the way we live our lives, the way we work, the way we create, the way we run our businesses, the way that we do so many different things. So I just wanted to put together a little video here where I'm going to be sharing with you a variety of AI tools that are really going to be helpful for us. These tools are all going to be free. I didn't want to include ones that have hefty fees that people aren't going to sign up for. What's the point? So I've gone for free tools that are genuinely useful, that I think you're going to find a particular benefit to. So what actually is AI? So we can see here just from this Google search, artificial intelligence involves using computers to do things that traditionally require human intelligence. So essentially, it's doing tasks that usually you would have had to have thought about. You would have had to have had some kind of knowledge, whether it is a skill or some kind of information in order to do something, okay? And this is why everyone has gone absolutely crazy for ChatGPT, which is a free tool. Now, ChatGPT allows us to talk to it like a chatbot, ask it all types of questions, and it will come back and talk back to us in all types of human-like styles, okay? So we can use it to research, to brainstorm, come up with ideas, write content, create content, and it's an absolute game changer. Okay, and people will be utilizing this tool for quite some time, particularly as it evolves over the coming years. But what other tools are out there? What other tools could we be using? Okay, so the first one that I'm going to use and talk about here is Notion. Okay, so Notion is a really good organizational tool that you can use to, run your projects, create notes, do all types of things. I use it on a daily basis, okay, for my businesses, for my YouTube channels, for loads of things within my life, okay. But what they've recently added into the fold is AI, okay. So you can see the substance at Notion AI, okay. So what actually is it? Okay, so let's just pull in a section of Notion here. It's essentially very much like ChatGPT. Okay, so I can create a page here, and then I can click on a section, click on the plus, and I can utilize AI. Okay, so I can ask AI to write one of these things. Okay, so it might be brainstorm some ideas on creating content with AI, for example. I just hit the button, and you can see that it's writing. And within a matter of seconds, it's done all of this work, okay? So whether I wanted to create ideas or whatever, it's pretty fantastic, okay? And once it's done, you can go in there and you can interrogate it again. So once you've highlighted the text, you can click on the Ask AI button, and you can ask it to do various different things: improve the writing, fix the grammar, make it shorter, make it longer, change the tone. These are all like phenomenally useful things. So if you think about how you could utilize this in creating content, so if you'd asked it to write a paragraph of text, you can ask it to improve it, make it bigger or longer. If you wrote your own text, okay, in your own natural, the way that you type text, you can actually improve it, fix the grammar. These are sorts of tools that previously you would have had to have spent a fair amount of money. So let's click on just make longer, and you can see there it's taken that last one and it's written out quite a substantial paragraph. So this is a really useful tool, really useful and free part of Notion. I believe you may have to sign up for it, but it's absolutely brilliant, absolutely golden. Okay, so move on to number 2, and number 2 is all about image creation. Text to image. Now this is another thing that people have got really excited, utilizing a lot of tools. So you've got a tool such as Midjourney. The problem with Midjourney is it's not free. It's not free. You can create a few images, but the problem is, as soon as you start getting really excited by tools like this and you start using the free allowance is going to go in. I'll be surprised if you last more than 5 minutes with the free allowance, because you'll just start creating all these things, and before you know it, you are out. Okay. So a great alternative, which is free, is playgroundai.com. And this is incredible. The pictures that can be created are pretty fantastic. You can see some of the ones that are, artistic. Some of them are caricatures. This one looks a little bit like kind of Disney sort of thing. You've got ones that look photorealistic, real good ideas, ones that look painted, and, you've got phenomenal ideas and things that can be created in really, 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 really simple. And it's almost instantaneous. Okay. To create these images, it takes just a matter of seconds. Okay. So for instance, just say we could click on this one of a dog, and you can see that this is the prompt that was used in order to create this image. Okay. So there's quite a lot of things, right? So you can go in and you can go to the top of the page where it said create, and you can create from scratch. But also what you can use is you can look at these images that are created, and you can just click the remix button there, and you can come in here and say, just make some changes, and you'll just click on create, and let's just check that everything's okay. This should be okay, and let's see what it does. See if it creates us something good. And obviously everything's going to be original because it's taken in so much information from all of these prompts. These can be as small or as detailed. You can see there's a lot of information that came into creating this image here. But this could be pretty simple. What's really cool is you've got these filters here. Okay, so we've got storybook at the moment, but we can change this to something else, for example. So let's go for play tune. Okay, and we'll just click on generate and see whether we get something that looks a little bit different. Okay, so there you go. That's another really, really cool image. Yeah, so we've got another cat. It's like slightly different. Again, it's 100% original. So cool. See if we can do something different. Shall we see what Masterpiece comes up with? And there we go. So we've got 3 different images that are fairly similar because of the prompt. Everything is kind of asking something different, but it's come up with some really cool stuff. And you can be really, really imaginative, as you saw from some of the images that were on the homepage that people are asking. And you can see how absolutely incredible these are. And you can see these caricatures and artistic interpretations and ones that look like them done out of paint or whatever. Super cool. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay. Oh, and also, before I just go, okay, you've got the ability, once you've created these images, to upscale and download for free. And also, if it gives you a result, sometimes the faces aren't perfect. You can click on face restoration. Again, it does it for free, and it will specifically look into the face about how to make it more realistic. So it's a phenomenal tool for free. Okay, so let's jump across to Talk to Books. Okay, so this is a great little research tool that we can use to search for all of the books that Google has access to. Okay, so obviously Google has incredible access to so many different books, and you might be looking for some sort of quotation. You're doing some sort of writing, and you need examples in that piece. That you might want. Okay, you might want to utilize, or you might just want to utilize some information from some of these books without having to read, thousands of books. Okay, so let's just go with an old classic, Law of Attraction. We'll click go. Okay, and what it's done is it's come back with passages from a variety of books. It gives us the quotation. Okay, so look, scientifically the law of attraction actually does work, blah 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 blah. It tells us where that came from, who the author was. It gives us the link to the book, when it came out, for example. Then we've got lots of these other books here where we've got more and more quotes, and we can do a lot of really cool stuff with this. It's just a really simple little tool that I think that has genuine benefit. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The next one is Nameless. So just say you're looking for ideas. You're looking for ideas for names and logos and all this sort of thing. Okay, so what you can do is you can just come in here and you can put in plumber, for example, click on generate. And you can go through here and you can do all styles. You can choose specific things that you may want to filter it in. And you've got some other things here. You know, you can add certain things that you want into it. Like then if you actually had a name, and then you can click next, right? And all right, I went through it. Yeah, go through that process. And it's just going to, in a matter of seconds, it's going to come up with lots of like super cool ideas. So what you can see here is it's come up with not only ideas for like what the business could be called, but it's also come up with ideas for the logo. Okay, so then we can flick on this, right, and then we can scroll through these different ideas utilizing this name. So this is Pipeline Geeks. Okay, and you know, we can just flick through this, right, and it just gives us lots and lots of really cool ideas for what we can use for different color schemes, different color palettes, how things work, and then you know, we can go ahead and we can replicate this, you know, on other tools, which is super cool, right? So let's move ahead to the next one. Okay, so the next one, this is a really good one. Okay, so this is actually a site called ClipDrop, right? And what this allows us to do is it allows us to do a variety of different things with images, things that, you know, back in the day people would have very much struggled with because they were things that took a lot of time to do, And I'm going to talk about two things to start with. The first one, should we go with cleanup? And what we can do is we can click on an image and we can choose an image. So should we go with this one? Right. Okay. So we've got this table here with the computer and other stuff. And just say, for example, I want to get rid of this. It's not what I want in it. So I've got the brush and I can just draw over this. Okay. And make sure that you paint over all that sort of stuff. Okay. And then when I let go, I can click on clean. And it's just going to analyze what's there. Boom. Cup of coffee, gone. This is really cool because, you know, you take photographs or you have a photograph that you think is really useful and then it has some text in it, or it has a silly little item, or it has someone in it that is in the way, or, you know, there's someone extra in the background. You can utilize this to get shot. Okay. So the second thing that's really useful with this tool, right, is the background remover. So everyone knows background remover. I can remember, you know, about 20 years ago when I actually trained in Photoshop, right? This was one of these things that we were taught, and, you know, we spent absolutely ages, you know, using masks and whatever to get around and make it look really natural and unblurry. But the time it took a really long time. So what you can do is you can click on here and you can drop in an image. So hopefully this is the second image that I've got. So again, we've got the computer there, okay, on a table, and you can see that it's just done it. It's just realized that it's there and it's took everything out, even the shadow. So you can see there's like a little bit of a shadow around it onto the desk. It's gone, nope, not having it. And you've just got the item. So this is incredibly useful for box shots, product shots, all sorts of things you might want on your website, you know, and then you just click download and you've got it downloaded. Like, really cool. So there are some other tools in this, and some of them have limitations on how many you can do or the quality of them. But really, like, these two tools are so powerful. These are the tools that I think most people are going to want to use, you know, removing the background and also, you know, removing things from it, right? So let's just move on to the next one. Okay. So this is actually Profile Pic Maker. And again, this is a similar thing. Okay. It's doing something that previously would have taken a bit of time to do, and it arranges it in quite a funky fashion. So you want to create some kind of profile image that looks pretty neat, right? Again, these sort of things would have been tricky. Now you could go onto ClipDrop and remove the background of your photo. In here, we can do a number of things all in one. So just say we're going to grab this photo here, and it's just going to upload. Once it's uploaded, it's just going to automatically do a number of things with it. So you can see this is our guy here that we've got, and it's automatically generated a number of different profile images that we could utilize in different fashions. Now we can go into this and we can edit it so we can move him more in. Again, you know, we can rotate, scale if we wanted to. We can click save, and then it just changes all of them. It just changes all of them, okay? And then once whatever one we're happy with for our profiles or websites, whatever we can download, we can also go through and change the color palette. So just say we like all these ideas, but we want very specific color themes, for example, right? So just say we want this one. We want the purple and blue, and then all of them now have this purple and blue thingy, apart from the bottom ones because they're more specific, okay? They're not color specific. And you've got these ones, you can see they've even cut the guy out, and you've got the silhouette. So this is pretty neat. Yeah. So you can click on that to view what it would be like on a profile. You know, again, this is something that would have been, you know, a little bit tricky once upon a time. We're able to have done that in seconds, absolute seconds. Okay, so we're on to the last one, and the last free tool that I think you're going to get a lot of benefit from is Tome. And this is actually a presentation generator that basically does it all really, really quickly. Okay. So if you want if you have an idea and you want a presentation created, whether you want to do a presentation, whether you want to do a class, a YouTube video, whatever it might be, you can create this in a matter of seconds. So once you're logged in, you're going to click on create. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put in here, you're going to say, create a presentation about how AI is improving the creator economy. We spell that right? Okay, and we've got the ability here to choose a presentation and outline a story. And then we've got the ability to select what sort of images might be suitable. And then we're just going to click the button, and it's going to start generating this presentation for us. And again, this is really, really smart. It's a similar sort of thing to ChatGPT and what we got on Notion, but it's formulating a complete project, so to speak. So like with ChatGPT, you could go into it and say, can you come up with the chapters of a presentation for how AI is improving the creator economy? It would come up with them, and then you'd have to go back and say, right, can you now write me 2 paragraphs for each of those headlines? You know, can you make some suggestions to X, Y, and Z? Then you'd have to go on to some image generators or image sites to find these. We've got this all done in, you know, the amount of time it took me to waffle on for just that moment. So you can see unlocking the creator economy with AI. We've got what it's going to be comprised of. And then we've got AI in the creator economy. It's got a paragraph here. It's got a funky image. Again, you know, so we're scrolling through here. We've got a variety of different things, which is pretty phenomenal. Okay, so that was the theme of what we've got here, is that it's the ease and the value that you're getting for free, and the ease of use is what I wanted to show you is available, because tools are coming out every single day that provide different things, and I'll be honest, a lot of them just don't hold the value. They're either way too expensive, or they do things that are cool, but they're not necessarily useful. Okay. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video where I've shown you these tools. If you have, you know, hit me up in the comments, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next video. If you check out the channel, there's a few other videos that I've created in the last couple of weeks on AI, particularly on ChatGPT, that I think that you will find useful. So take care and look after yourself.